Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca and oh my gosh, it has been so long since I filmed a video because I have been trapped on Illness Island for a couple of weeks now, and I think that, well, I did buy a ticket out of Illness Island. We're still waiting to see if it's going to be delayed, but everything looks on time. Today, we are going to be setting up some new plant zones in my home. I like to look at my houseplant areas in my home as zones because this really helps me to keep their care on track. So I know that all of the plants in this room are going to need to be watered or cared for around the same time-ish, as well as my greenhouse cabinet. All of those plants will need care around the same time, and the plants in front of my sink, the plants in my spare bedroom. They're all on their own little schedules. As I said, I want to set up a new zone in my home, but if you're not familiar with my home, there aren't a lot of places that I can actually have plants, surprisingly enough. I have this big room, which makes a lot of plants possible in here, but other parts of my house are very dark because my house is partially underground, ground contact. Basically, the main part of my home is like a walkout basement. So for that reason, I have to rely on grow lights if I want to have plants in, let's say, my living room or my bedroom or things like that. And this video is very kindly brought to you by Mother. I have some grow lights from them, which we're going to be setting up today, and I'm going to be telling you all about them. And I have to say, I am so excited about this. I've seen other people chatting about these lights, and I am so intrigued to get this box open and see what they look like. They look so sleek and beautiful. And I'm just really excited for a really good quality full spectrum plant light. So when you are looking for grow lights, you want to find something that is full spectrum. And the reason for that is our plants need a lot of different colors of light, just to put it very simply. And a full spectrum light will have all of those different colors within this LED light. Mother has worked really hard and successfully created a light that looks extremely close to daylight. I've actually seen other people compare it to like a display light for like art or something like that. And I think that's a really beautiful, just like concept to think of, like a grow light just featuring a plant. I think that's really what they should be. Also, something really nice about these lights is because they are full spectrum, they're going to support a plant in all stages of growth. So if I wanted to use these for houseplants, that's great, but also if I wanted to grow food inside of my house, I can use these lights and they will support the plant through all stages and give them really awesome flavor, because it's really interesting. There's certain wavelengths of light that affect the flavor of your food. Very interesting. I had no idea until I started working with Mother and reading through their website and learning all this information. It's just crazy. You wouldn't think of that. Like, I am an average person. I did not even think of that. But these lights and Mother, they thought about it. All this being said, I need to go shopping because I have a very specific place in mind for some plants. A lot of people always say, it's sad that you don't have plants in your living room. Like, why don't you have plants in your living room? You should have plants in your living room. And I think that people say this because they don't quite understand how dark my living room is. And I am super, super big on not putting plants in a place where they're not going to thrive. I will admit I have tried. I've tried putting a plant in there before. My bedroom is the same way. It's very dark in there as well. And it just doesn't work. The plant will look okay for a while, but then things just start going downhill. And that's obviously because it's not getting what it needs. And I'm not a person who treats my plants like long-term bouquets. Like, I want to keep my plants for years at a time. I'm not always successful in that, but I do try. So with that being said, I think I'm going to use this 32-inch size light or 2 of these 16 lights because I have a sort of modular TV stand and I've always wanted to put plants in it. And even in my last apartment, it was still too dark to do it in there. So I've always wanted to put grow lights underneath it, but I didn't want it, again, I didn't want it to look like grow lights. I wanted it to look like display lights, if anything. And I could not find a good product for it. So, very exciting. I'm going to use these. We're gonna see which size fits better and then go from there and then sort of figure out what I can do with the other one after that. But the space is sort of short and I don't really have anything that would look good in that spot without taking away from another part of my house. You know what I mean? So I think that we should go shopping and see if we can find any short plants or maybe some cute trailing plants, like some small 4-inch trailing plants. I'm inside Vintage Hill now and I'm walking around and you know what? I really love these curly spider plants. I'm a sucker for them, and they're going to stay relatively short. So this is definitely a contender. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like 3 or 4 plants for that area. Okay, I also really love the idea of doing these. I think this is the Enjoy. I don't remember. Let's see. Pearls and Jade. I like this idea as well. I haven't had one in so long. I think I might get a Pearls and Jade. I think those look good together, right? This. I was wanting to get one of these. Just because they're so nice. I'll have to find one that looks really good and go with that. I don't know how that would look with the other ones that I picked out. But I just like these. So even if I don't use it for what I'm planning, I would still use it somewhere else just because they're awesome. We are home from our little field trip, and I want to show you the plants that I got because I'm really excited about them. I think they're so cute. I got this Pothos Pearls and Jade with this beautiful pot. Vintage Hill gets pottery from this place in Washington State. I don't know if you can really read that, but let me see if another one has a little bit better of a stamp. Anyway, I got a curly spider plant. There we go, Brooding Pottery in Washington State. This one is a little bit more of a bell shape. And then I've got one of these, love them. What is this called again? A Maranta. This one's a red Maranta. And this pot is a bit wider and yeah, it's really cute. I love the way that these 3 look together. I think they're gonna look so cute on my TV stand. I love it. I love that they're all like similar but not the same. They coordinate, but they're not twins, you know? They're siblings. The plants have been repotted successfully, and now we are going to move into my living room. And I just want to leave the camera so that you know, like you can see the difference. I mean, the camera obviously is gonna pick it up differently, but look at how dark it is in here compared to that room. Like that room, it glows. There's not a lot of light in here. So let's look at our area that we're working with. It is this. This is one of the least filmed areas of my home easily for obvious reasons. The lighting is horrible. There's 2 slots. Like I said, it's modular. 2 slots here, 3 plants. I think that I was supposed to get 4 plants. We will work with it. So this is just like our TV reception box. So that really is not like that important. It doesn't need to be up front and center. So we're just gonna scoot that back. Now it's going to be a plant space, and I'm super excited to add just some light in here because it is, I mean, I keep saying it, but it's so dark. It needs something. So I'm gonna dust this really quick, and then we're gonna bring in the light and the plants. So I think I decided I wanted to use the long one underneath here, just so that it could fully cover this entire middle section. Otherwise, I'd have to use both of the small ones right here and right here. And I think I have a different plan for the small ones. In this magical box, we have the actual light itself, which is so sleek and modern and minimal. I love it. Look at how just like nice that is. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for this, seriously. With the light, we also have some other accessories. Okay, so mother grow lights can be displayed in a few different ways. First of all, we have the sort of tower view. So this can just stand next to your plants and just shine a light directly onto them, which I really like. I think that would be really nice for like my bedroom, for example, so that it's a little bit more minimal. I don't know, it's just, this is so sleek. It just looks like it blends in so well, especially like in here, you know, you wouldn't even know. Then there's the option to mount it just like this, which is what I'm going to do, just directly under here. And actually, with the way that my TV stand works, I don't even think you're gonna be able to see this underneath it, which is cool because it's so sleek, it just fits into places. You know, you're not gonna see it, but even if you do see it, it looks really nice. And you know how some grow lights, they point out in a way that like gets in your eyes and it really hurts to look at them? The way that these are made, it is rounded all the way. Like, I cannot see the light at all when I'm looking at it right now. Neither can you. And that makes it so that the light is not getting in your eyes, and so it is more manageable to have in your home, like on during the times that you're also awake. You're not going to be getting your eyes, like, it's not going to feel like you're looking directly into the sun anytime you enter a room with these grow lights, which is really nice. For the wall mounting, which is what I'm going to do underneath here, there's a box of wall mounting items, and it's like 2 round L brackets which fit the light perfectly. So again, another detail that is so nice. It just makes it all like so minimal. I don't know, it's just really nice, all the attention to detail. Okay, so these round pieces go right on the ends, and then, ooh, check this out. There's also 3M strips. So if you don't want to drill, you can use these, which I think I'm gonna do because I don't really want to drill into this. And it's on! Okay, I can see I did a really bad job dusting now. Look at how nice that looks. I love it. Wow, I feel like I could even put plants like back here. I thought I would have to put them at the front, but I could probably even put them like a little further back so they're not right on the edge. That's exciting. Super nice. And look, as I said, when it's facing this way, you cannot see it. Like, it's not shining on me. Even when I go like this to the side, it's still not shining on me. That's so nice on the eyes. We are going to turn it off momentarily while I get the mount on. So I'm going to grab these L pieces, these ones. I just spotted this. It is a flip on and off switch, which I was actually sitting here thinking, how am I gonna turn this on and off? And then I found this. I'm going to use this little command hook, and I really like these for cord management. I find that they're really nice, kind of minimal for that kind of thing. And I'm just going to put this sticker actually on the back corner of this furniture piece so that I can just come up next to it and flip off the lights. And then we're gonna have one other cord management situation for these, and possibly even that cord right there. That's kind of bothering me. So I'm lounging now, but I just wanted to say, I'm going to leave that section of the video at that, and I will update you in a few days about what those plants are looking like. I'm gonna let them acclimate and just get used to their new home and their new lighting situation. I know they're gonna be just fine, but I will show you what they look like in a few days. And I'm going to be setting up more of these plant lights. I just need to locate some seeds. So I will get back to you when we are doing that, because I'm super excited to use these lights to grow herbs indoors. I think it's gonna be so fun. Maybe some microgreens. I don't know, I've never really thought to grow microgreens, but with this whole plant setup, I can definitely grow some food on my countertop, which makes me super happy. And it actually saves me a trip out to the garden, because sometimes, like, especially with herbs, you just want you're cooking and you realize that you need it like now, and walking out to the garden is just not ideal. So I'm thinking I'm gonna grow a lot of my herbs on my countertop. So stay tuned to see how that goes. Hello everybody. Okay, so it's day 2 of filming this video. It's been a few days and I'm super excited to report that the plants on the TV stand look exactly the same as they did the last time we chatted. They have acclimated a bit and sort of like settled. Because this is the only light source for these plants, I have the lights on for about 15 to 16 hours a day. You don't want to have the lights on all the time because the plants do need a time of rest without light. So that's quite a bit of light time, and I'm super happy with the way that the plants are reacting. So today we are going to be sowing some microgreens. So I went out and I bought some basil microgreens, and it says here that they will harvest in 8 days, which is so crazy. And I have the micro pod from Mother, and it looks just like this. So if you're interested in growing microgreens, They have an app. Mother has an app with a bunch of helpful resources for growing different microgreens, and I actually didn't even know that there were so many different kinds. And they also have information about like plant care, like houseplants. Like there's like a bunch of different plants to choose from. And what's really helpful about the app is it will tell you how far away to have the light from certain plants. So I've always found it to be kind of difficult to know how close or how far away to have plants from a grow light, because you don't know how intense is too intense. You don't want to cause a sunburn, but you also want to make sure that the plant is actually effective. But yeah, we're gonna sow some microgreens and then set up another grow light. But this time we're going to mount this one on a stand. So it's just like another way that you can use the mother grow lights. I think that this method is gonna be really nice because you can sort of move it wherever you want. It's mobile. So let's set up the light first. So this is the smaller size. This would be really great for like underneath a kitchen cabinet or something like that. I think that would be really great. And it also comes with all of the accessories that the longer one comes with too. And then I have a mount. Everything is very minimal, by the way. Like, this is really nice to know that there's not like a ton of hardware to put together. And all we have to do is set the light flush with the stand piece, and then add in the screw, and then they include an Allen wrench for you to install. So this, as I showed you, is the micropod to grow seedlings in. So what it says to do is fill with water so that the slots are completely filled to the top, and then sprinkle seeds and wait until they are microgreens to harvest. So I think that's pretty simple. Let's try this out. Okay, so I will keep you updated on how this goes. I have one last grow light installation, and that is right here. So this is more of an experiment because, as you can see, this back corner, or maybe it's not very noticeable, but this back corner over here gets probably the least amount of light out of all of this room. And so I thought maybe with this last one, I would put it over here and see if it makes a difference for these plants. As you can see, it really, really brightens up the place. And I have it currently just on the stand, and I think it's really cool when people like kind of hide it in a corner or like maybe behind a piece of furniture or something, so you don't really know where the light is necessarily coming from, but it is there. So I am not really hiding it in my case. It's kind of very obvious that there's a grow light right there. But yeah, I thought that I would try that out and see what it does for the plants over here. So I have a Monstera albo, which has been not really putting out a ton of growth, but it did put out this leaf, which is really pretty. And so I want to see if we can stay on this trajectory, and I wonder if it gets like a lot more light, if we will get more growth. So we're kind of experimenting with that. And then we have this philodendron something. I don't remember what exactly it is, but it's one of my more neglected philodendron, and it's really pretty, but it just has not really been doing anything exciting, and so I don't want to put it in the more exciting side of this area, which is over there. And then we have my new Calathea orbifolia or Gapertia orbifolia, and so I'm interested to see how these will all react to this light being here. And then also, like, residually, we have my Hoya linearis, which of course Hoya really love high light, and so I'm wondering if the bottom part of the plant getting exposure will help it to grow a bit more, like a bit faster, I don't know, put out more new growth. It does have some new growth coming out, but not like a ton. So this is like my experiment zone. I want to see if adding more light right here changes the trajectory of the growth over here. I wanted to share this tidbit of information with you because for me, like, this is it. Like, this is so cool, and this really confirms like how much I love this product. So it says, light that falls within the spectrum that contributes to plant growth is called PAR, or photosynthetically active radiation. The more a light source emits light within the PAR range, the more efficient it is to contributing to plant growth. So basically, a bigger PAR number, a higher PAR number equals more plant growth. And these lights have a PAR meter of 92%. So that is very, very, very good. Hi friends, it has been nearly 10 days since I installed these grow lights, and I wanted to just show you an update on how they are doing and how the plants are reacting to the lights, because it's actually pretty exciting. Okay, to start with the prayer plant, we have some pretty cool results. There is new growth coming in at every point possible. So we got new growth right here, right here, right here, and then also this new leaf is unfurling right here, which is super exciting. It's looking really nice, and it's definitely acclimated super well in this spot. And I think with it being a lower light plant, it's a great option to have like a little bit further from the light, like as far as like distance goes. These plants are directly underneath the light, but this one is not. It's a little bit further up from the light. So I think that was a good choice on my part, because this one doesn't exactly need a ton, and it's looking really good. It's growing kind of flat. As you can see, the plant like isn't necessarily cascading down. It's kind of growing up back towards the light, which is super cool. And then this Pothos Pearls and Jade, I think, is the coolest like evidence of the light working, because all of these leaves are like gravitating towards the light, like they want to be touching the light basically. So I think that's really, really exciting. It's cool to see the leaves moving towards the light, and just to see this beautiful new growth coming in. I mean, I think that this has been so cool to see the plants just like moving towards the light. And spider plants aren't going to do that, but you know, for lack of update, otherwise it is looking really good and, you know, stable, which is what we want. Now, as far as the microgreen setup goes, it has been 7 days since I last updated on that, and we definitely have some growth happening. I think with just a few more days, they will be ready for harvest. They have grown a lot from yesterday. Like yesterday, a lot of this was not out and sprouted. So I think with just a few more days, they will be ready. And then when I am ready to harvest them, these slats are made in a way where you can just slide them out. So you don't have to like, I don't know, rip them. You'll get the entire like leaf matter and the root matter, which is really cool. And then a few days ago, I forgot to install these cord controllers. So in your package, it will include cord controllers, which will basically just be used to hold the cord down to the, you know, the metal frame of the light. And the install is really easy. You just put the cord in the, you know, this part right here where the lump is, and then you just snap it on. So let's do a little bit of that. Okay, there we go. Now you can see that the cord is just along this metal part here. So yeah, that makes the cord control a lot better. I really like those. Those are perfect. They fit perfectly on this piece right here. And again, with this tower light, this mini tower light that I have set up over here, the plants are looking like they're starting to respond a little bit. I haven't seen like a ton. I think with larger leafy plants, it's going to take a little bit longer. And I've sort of toyed with it being like just sitting directly onto the ground, or the bench here, or sitting in this little throne here. So right now it's just sitting on the ground. And actually having this over here has made me realize how dark this corner really is, because the sunlight will come in this room in the mornings, the morning time, and like midday is the best. But towards the afternoon, it's really not that strong, especially over in this corner. So now I'm really, really happy that I decided to do this. I was almost skeptical about the placement, but I think it's actually perfect. And if I have it just sitting right here, like I haven't even noticed that it was there, and it kind of looks like a spotlight more than a grow light. So that's really fun. Something that I meant to share earlier about the lights as well is the fact that these lights are really awesome for sustainability purposes. So normally when the LED lights on a grow light go out, that's it. You just have to throw away the lights and go get new ones. But with these Mother lights, the LED boards can actually be removed and replaced. So when the time comes to replace the LED light board, all you have to do is slide it out and slide in the new one, and you can order that on the Mother website. I'm looking right now, the size 16 is $39 and the size 32 is $49. So that is significantly more affordable and way more sustainable than just buying brand new lights in general. And I just think that's a really cool feature of these lights, that they thought not only about the design in like how it would look in your house, how it would feel in your house, but also how it would like operate with the environment long term. Because I feel like, I don't know, 8 years is a long way away and you might not be thinking about it, but Mother did. And I don't know, it's really cool, the thoughtfulness that goes into these products. So as you guys have seen, the Mother PlantSpectrum grow lights are an amazing product for so many reasons. They are versatile, they are beautiful, they work extremely well. I mean, a PAR of 92% is amazing. They are sustainable. We love when a company is thinking long-term about how their product is going to affect the earth after we're done with it. And it's so nice to know that I can use these for both houseplants and growing food, and not even just for the winter time. Like I said, my house does not have a ton of places where I can put houseplants, and I know that there's a ton of you out there who have the same exact experience because I get messages from you all the time. So if you have zones in your home where you'd like to put plants, but maybe you can't responsibly do so without a grow light, definitely check out the Mother grow lights. I will have everything that I showed in this video linked down below. I'm so excited to be showing you guys these products, and I hope that you will check them out. Thank you again to Mother for sponsoring this video. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So I will definitely be keeping you guys updated in future videos about how these lights are doing. I'll definitely do like a dedicated segment in a future plant chores video to just show you sort of how things are going when I harvest the microgreens in a few days. I will definitely record and document the process for you to see. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.